Hey everyone, welcome back to the Knowledgeable Audiobooks. Today, we're diving into one of the most influential relationship books of all time, The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. Whether you're in a relationship, single, or just trying to understand the people in your life better, this book is a game changer. Have you ever felt like you're giving your all in a relationship, but your partner just doesn't seem to appreciate it? Or maybe you've been on the receiving end, feeling like your needs aren't being met, even though your partner is trying their best. Well, here's the thing. We all express and receive love differently. And that's exactly what Gary Chapman explores in this book. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand the 5 love languages, but also how to use them to transform your relationships. So, let's get started. Chapter 1. What are the 5 love languages? Alright, let's start with the basics. What exactly are the 5 love languages? According to Gary Chapman, love languages are the ways we give and receive love. Think of them as emotional dialects. Each of us has a primary love language that speaks to us the most. The 5 love languages are words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, physical touch. Chapman argues that misunderstandings in relationships often happen because we're speaking different love languages. For example, you might be showing love by doing acts of service, like cooking dinner or fixing something around the house. But if your partner's primary love language is words of affirmation, they might not feel loved unless you're verbally expressing your appreciation. The key takeaway here? Love is not just about intention, it's about expression. And to truly connect with someone, you need to speak their love language. Chapter 2. Love language number 1. Words of affirmation. Let's break down the first love language, words of affirmation. If this is your primary love language, you feel most loved when your partner expresses their feelings through words. This could be compliments, encouragement, or even simple phrases like, I love you or I'm proud of you. For people with this love language, words carry immense emotional weight. But here's the catch. Negative words can also hit harder. Criticism or harsh comments can feel like a dagger to the heart. So, if your partner's love language is words of affirmation, make sure you're intentional about what you say and how you say it. Pro tip: if you're not naturally a words person, start small. Leave a sticky note with a kind message, send a thoughtful text, or simply say thank you more often. It's the little things that count. Chapter 3. Love language number 2. Acts of service. Next up, we have acts of service. If this is your love language, you feel loved when your partner does things for you, like cooking a meal, running errands, or helping with chores. For people with this love language, actions truly speak louder than words. But here's the thing, it's not just about the act itself, it's about the thought and effort behind it. Chapman shares a story in the book about a wife who felt unloved because her husband never helped around the house. When he finally started pitching in, she felt a renewed sense of love and appreciation. So, if your partner's love language is acts of service, pay attention to what matters to them. Maybe it's doing the dishes without being asked or taking care of something they've been stressing about. Remember, it's not about grand gestures, it's about showing up in meaningful ways. Chapter 4. Love language number 3. Receiving gifts. Now, let's talk about receiving gifts. If this is your love language, you feel most loved when you receive thoughtful gifts. But before you roll your eyes and think, oh great, another excuse to buy stuff, hear me out. It's not about the price tag, it's about the symbolism behind the gift. For people with this love language, a gift is a tangible representation of love and thoughtfulness. It could be as simple as picking up their favorite snack at the store or surprising them with a small trinket that reminds you of them. Chapman emphasizes that it's not about materialism, it's about the effort and intentionality behind the gift. So, if your partner's love language is receiving gifts, don't stress about spending a lot of money. Focus on finding something that shows you truly know and care about them. Chapter 5. Love language number 4. Quality time. Moving on to quality time. If this is your love language, you feel most loved when you have your partner's undivided attention. This means no distractions, no phones, no TV, no multitasking. Just you and your partner, fully present in the moment. Quality time could look like having a deep conversation, going on a date, or simply spending a quiet evening together. For people with this love language, it's all about connection and being seen and heard. Chapman warns that neglecting quality time can make your partner feel unimportant or unloved. So, if your partner's love language is quality time, make an effort to carve out dedicated time for them. Even if it's just 15 minutes a day, it can make a world of difference. Chapter 6, Love Language Number 5, Physical Touch. Last but definitely not least, we have physical touch. If this is your love language, you feel most loved through physical affection, like holding hands, hugging, kissing, or cuddling. For people with this love language, touch is a powerful way to feel connected and secure in a relationship. But it's not just about intimacy. It's about the little gestures, like a reassuring pat on the back or a gentle touch on the arm. Chapman shares a story about a couple who struggled because the wife's love language was physical touch, but her husband wasn't naturally affectionate. Once he started making an effort to hold her hand or give her a hug, their relationship improved dramatically. So, if your partner's love language is physical touch, don't underestimate the power of a simple touch. It can speak volumes. Chapter 7, Discovering Your Love Language. Now that we've covered all 5 love languages, you might be wondering, how do I figure out which one is mine? Chapman suggests a few ways to discover your primary love language. Reflect on what makes you feel most loved. What do you crave most in a relationship? Pay attention to what you complain about. Often, our complaints reveal our unmet emotional needs. Take the Love Languages quiz. You can find it online or in the book. It's a quick and easy way to identify your love language. Once you know your love language, share it with your partner. And don't forget to ask them about theirs. The goal is to create a two-way street of understanding and connection. Chapter 8, Applying the Love Languages in Real Life. Alright, so you know your love language and your partner's. Now what? Chapman emphasizes that learning to speak your partner's love language is a skill. It takes practice and intentionality. Here are some tips to get started. Be consistent. Love languages aren't a one-time thing. They require ongoing effort. Be patient. It might take time for your partner to notice the changes, but don't give up. Be open to feedback. Ask your partner how you're doing and be willing to adjust. Remember, the goal isn't to be perfect. It's to show up for each other in meaningful ways. Conclusion: the power of love languages. And there you have it, the 5 love languages in a nutshell. Whether you're in a relationship or not, understanding these love languages can help you build deeper, more meaningful connections with the people in your life. So, what's your love language? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching. And remember, love is a choice. Choose to speak your partner's love language and watch your relationship transform. See you next time.